I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if you would please remain standing just for a few minutes as we remember those who have lost their lives in defense of our country, both abroad and here at home. And as we also remember our own Frank Fay Jr., Edward Lopez Jr., Anna Pozo, and Ann Lewis. Thank you. I'd like to welcome everyone joining us once again. I'm going to do a quick skip down to new business, and then we'll start back up at the top. If you would, paperwork for the full-time appointment of Kyle Esposito at step 1 of the police contract with a maximum probation of 78 weeks. If you could find that. Okay. Are there any questions?
No.
With that, I would ask for a motion for the appointment of full-time police officer Kyle Esposito, step 1 of police contract with maximum probation at 78 weeks. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's nice of him to take his whole family out.
Kyle's going to treat next as a full-time officer.
Yeah.
I would like to thank everyone for coming out. It is important that all of our employees, our officers, and all the men and women of our other departments have this kind of support. If everyone had this kind of support, we'd be gold. So I really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting Kyle, as we will when he's here. And we thank you once again. We thank you for the other officers coming to show their support. We did jump ahead because he's got a huge group, and I know they want to hang out for the meeting. This is a good time, but if you didn't, it's okay that you get up and leave. We're not going to say anything about you.
Well, thank you.
At least we will wait until you leave, and then we'll talk about you. Thank you so much, Kyle.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Don't let you leave him. Listen, don't let you take your Dunkin' Donuts.
We will miss you.
Don't let you take your Dunkin' Donuts for dinner. There's a couple of restaurants around our Main Street.
The park's closed.
Are there any? That's true.
Let's go.
The barbecue place.
Are there any public comments on the agenda items? Reports. Too late. Reports. You'll have plenty of time. You want to say or no? You have to go?
I have another meeting at 8.
Go ahead.
I was just wondering, I seen on the agenda, you have an amended resolution for the distribution of the mains and the water plant components. Just wondering what that entails. The amendment itself.
It's a great question. It's an important question. Do you have anything else while I'm looking for it?
Being that you passed a resolution for that, I was just wondering how that project's going to go forward.
This was for the grant, correct? Yeah, that's it. Basically, those are Highland Falls, here declares itself lead agent. It's for lead agents?
The extent.
Oh,
The
okay.
reference. That's-
Extension of utility distribution facilities, including gas, electric, telephone, cable, water, sewer connections to render service in approved subdivisions or in connection with any action. That's the addition. Was there something else you're looking for?
From the health department?
This is required by seeker.
but who reviewed and asked that you add that to the document?
Oh, yeah.
Al did?
Al
Okay.
Fusco, our engineer.
I'll see Al on Thursday.
Good. If there are any questions, bring it to us,
Well,
please.
and obviously, remember the questions I asked before was
Right.
how many gallons per day Bog Meadow can produce, how many we're gonna push through the pipe,
Right.
and how is it gonna affect the
This is
stream.
not that one.
This is not Bog Meadow.
This is a different project.
This is on your, Sadly,
Oh, great.
Cragston area.
And like I said in previous, Mr. Mayor, no, I'm all for projects. I have no problem with projects. So-
I'm not, I don't like spending money, I'm very cheap, I'll be honest. But, these are things that are way overdue, and as I said before, if possible, our goal is to start with the south end and finish the entire village within 5 to 10 years. And hopefully, we won't have to revisit the pipes.
And this is
In a long
probably,
time.
you applied for a grant, and this is the secret action.
Exactly.
That he probably was
And the
required to
grant,
do.
so the grant would be about half of the money that we would have to spend on. the
60%,
project. 60%, and then the other 40%,
we're looking for you.
no problem. But village residents, or is this gonna be attached to the water bills? Because it's a water
It's a
project?
water project.
So it will be attached to the water bills?
Yes.
Would it also be attached to the town water bill?
Water. All
The town water bill?
water.
All water. So what they pay now, obviously there would be an increase based on,
Depends.
but we don't know yet?
Yeah, it's a grant. It's for a grant.
No, I'm talking, not about the.
We haven't
extra
gone through the
money.
numbers of any increases at this point to pay down the loan that we would take. At this point, from what I'm told, our water department can do that without any substantial increases. Because we're paying down the debt, we're not like paying it off in one big shot.
No,
It's a 30
30
to
year,
40
yeah,
year.
it was a 30, 40 year, I know, that's what Al said, but I was just wondering how it was gonna get paid. Obviously attached to the water bill.
Correct.
And then if so, would the town also be held on?
Everybody that's involved in water will pay for water.
Okay, great, thanks so much.
Good to go. Liaison department reports, police.
Instead of the forum, we went over to the library, and there was a workshop done by some reserve officers, Army officers, on emergencies ranging from nuclear to flood to hurricanes, things of that nature. And I think, Mary Jane, you're gonna probably be doing a little reporting on that? Let me see, Mrs. Brown?
Maybe.
Maybe, okay. It was well worth it, and then someone asked if they could go over and work with the high school students. So it was an excellent presentation. Really good presentation. Speaking of police, apparently there was an accident over at the Senior Citizen Center, and the person started to pull away after they hit another person's car. Police were called, there was a rapid response. People over there certainly want to compliment them, they were very concerned, they were right there at the time. They were extremely polite, and they did exactly what they needed to do. And Officer Turpey's to be recognized, as well as some other police who were there.
Just a quick comment on that. I was stopped on Friday by one of the seniors to back up what you just said. She actually said that they got a little forceful. After they went out and stood in front of the car, and whether he was gonna pull away or not, we don't know, but the seniors made sure it didn't happen. And I appreciate that's what we need. That is what we need in the community. We need people to get involved. I'm not asking you to step in front of cars in no way, shape, or form. But I appreciate their effort, and I appreciate the senior that stopped and complimented the police, because they need that. We need to know that, the police is probably the department that's beaten upon the most, because the most of the time you see them is when they're giving you a ticket. So when they do these good things, which they do a lot of them, they're just not seen. I appreciate people coming out and complimenting them, because it does make for a better force, and a better force for the community.
Bob and I met a couple days ago, was it Tuesday, Wednesday we met? We talked about the senior center.
Yeah,
And we're looking at the heating system, right?
right.
Spending the money on things that need to be addressed, and then when the other monies come in, we'll be looking at the other projects.
Yeah, Al's
putting together what
Right.
the whole, what they can actually spend and what's there, and I'll come up with some sort of plan based upon prevailing rate, which is considerable and eats up 100 grand rather quickly, so we may not get everything done, but we'll get, the fence, the heating system, and a few other things that are quite important at the time, so.
And at the school board meeting, they did presentations from the high school from different departments, and it was excellent. They're doing a lot of fine things. Social studies, foreign language has Chinese, the math programs, the science programs, they're really working hard. Students are taking AP courses as well as college courses. It was really an interesting night, probably one of the best presentations I've seen up there. It was really well done by the department heads. That's it.
Good. Water?
I'm sorry. Figure it out. Anyway, you go through this, I'll read the sewer.
Good. Sounds good.
September, average volume of wastewater treated for the month was 883,000 gallons a day, 5 inches of rain. Facility met all speedies, DEC permit limitations. Elwood Lake, Webb Lane pump stations at Havens Road are checked regularly and operating properly. 7.61 tons of digestive sludge processed through the belt filter press and disposed by Spectra Serve Inc. Belt filter press in operation 8 days. Water plant begins settling basin draining, washdown, September 16th. Last washdown of the basin was October 29th of last year. Primary clarifiers and gravity thickener at wastewater treatment facility overloaded with the sludge from this operation. The schedule agreed to is to wash down one basin every 2 months, so there is no adverse effect on the wastewater treatment facility operations. Repair and maintenance of chlorinator polymer systems. Delmar Service Contractors perform annual preventive maintenance and servicing. Primary digester and mixing system. Coaster Associates install new blades on the grinder pump. Headworks Building, Trico Electric, replaced corroded thermostats on 2 unit heaters. Sanitary sewer service or system. Elwood Lake Pump Station, CAM Enterprises replaced 3 pump control floats. Webb Lane Pump Station. Peak Power replaced water damaged filters in the Generac emergency generator. Marked out 11 service mains during the month. Cleaning and painting of various floors, stairs, and equipment 5 days. Maintenance and lubrication of pump motors and machinery as required. Maintenance of buildings, grounds as time allows, 24 days. Man hours lost due to sick, vacation, personal leave, or compensatory leave time, 11 days. Gas consumption, 50 gallons. That's it.
Fire.
Fire. October is Fire Safety Month, and in that regard, we were visited at the fire department by all of the classes at Holy Angels. We had a very interesting day. The kids had fire prevention training, then got to go into the equipment room and see how we rapidly get ready to hop on the fire trucks. And they also had the chief explain a number of compartments on the trucks. It was a great job. 6 firefighters plus the chief helped out. And the only other announcement I have at this time is that we can look forward to the next pancake breakfast in November, November 15th.
Senior Center anymore? Good on that?
Meetings tomorrow?
Meeting is tomorrow for the Senior Center?
Yep.
At the center?
Yes.
Time?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock tomorrow at the Senior Center. Treasurer's Report. Monthly financial updates, revenues and expense control reports. New York State Division of Budget approved for the village's tax freeze, government efficiency plan. DPW contract negotiations are ongoing. Monitoring of energy rates with M&R for a potential fixed contract for 2016. 2014 AUD submitted in September. Fiscal audit scheduled for mid-November. And the New York class accounts reserve fund statements are available for review. The one thing on here, if Ed hasn't already talked to you, we were looking at the electric. They thought that the contracts were coming due in 2015, they're not coming due till 2016. So unfortunately, that savings can't be realized till next year, but we will be going with the same company, Michelle Reese's company, to find us the best rate. And we will lock in when we feel it's best, and Ed is on top of that. All right? Mayor's report. Actually, I'm gonna add this, if we can add this to the standard liaison department head reports, recreation.
Oh, the only thing, sorry. The only thing I have at recreation, I wanna congratulate Aaron Falk for being hired as the town recreation director, after Mr. Willis's pending retirement. I've worked with Aaron in the past, I think he'll do a great job. I think he'll hopefully bring some donations, money, grants, and just keep increasing recreation. Not just, youth sports, more festivals, a lot of different things we can do in recreation that hopefully we can get done.
And I wanna, as part of the recreation, I also like to congratulate Aaron and welcome him to the department head meetings every first and third Tuesday at 9 o'clock, once you begin your stint as recreation director. And I would like to thank Jim for all his service. Jim also had no problem, where it wasn't a standard thing to come to these meetings. As soon as he was asked to come, to do whatever he could to, that we were looking for, and I appreciate that. But we're excited to bring Aaron on into the different departments to work with the village to increase recreation in the village. Mayor's report. There, Charlie will be talking about a resolution we are passing. But for those that don't know, the Vietnam Wall is coming to West Point. So check the local paper, check Channel 23. It's probably a one-time thing. You'll have the opportunity to experience it. So try and get there if you are able. Also, this weekend, Saturday, Fall Foliage Festival. One of the bigger festivals besides the 4th for the community. I would like to thank the ambulance corps, and particularly Marty Burns, for going out of their way once again to put together a great festival. We hope to see everybody down there. It's on Main Street, on the north end, going all the way down to the south end. So hopefully we'll see everyone out there on Saturday. The rest, also coming up, because we don't have a meeting prior to Halloween, I'm going to be asking for one or two things that are not on the new business area for approval, but they are events that have been going on for many years here in the community. But just a quick update. On Friday, October 30th, is the Halloween Family Fun Night, and that is at the Sacred Heart Gym from 6 to 8. Games, cakewalk, all kinds of crazy stuff going on. No scary costumes, please, at that one. There is a spooky party where we minute to win it games, and that's from 5:30 to 7 o'clock at the Holy Innocents Church. The Halloween Family Fun Night, everybody's welcome. It's more geared towards younger kids, where the spooky party is more geared for the older kids. So and anyone's welcome in either one. But that's really where they were, a lot of times, things aren't really done for your 11, 12, 13-year-olds. And that's why we have a lot of eggs, and Gary's got to deal with that the next day. And so I appreciate those parents and community members that stepped up to try and do a little bit more. It'll also from 7 to 8 with a movie showing of It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. And that's sponsored by the Center and the Highland Falls Fort Montgomery Girl Scouts. That'll be at the spooky party. On Saturday, October 31st, Halloween, there's a Halloween Hustle 5K, fun run and walk. The morning registration is 7 a.m. It begins at 8. You can contact Ed McLeod at the Holy Angels. And then the Fort Montgomery Fire Department Halloween Parade and Party is 12:45, the Halloween parade from the Bagel Cafe. 1 to 3 at the Fort Montgomery Firehouse. That is the party. Come enjoy parade, crafts, and treats. Then, you probably want to kick yourself out of there about 10-15 minutes early. Head on up to the Halloween parade here in the village. The lineup will be at Memorial Park between 2:45 and 3. 3 will be the start time. We will parade down to Lot 2, where we will have the trunk or treat from 3 to 5. We are still looking for anyone that wants to participate in trunk or treat. Feel free to get involved. It's become a great event for the community, and that's sponsored by the Highland Falls Fort Montgomery Girl Scouts. And they want you to join them for a spook-alicious fun. I had to say it, I'm sorry. That's 3 to 5 in Lot 2. Moving on to discussion Central Hudson Disclosure Agreement. Are there any questions on that?
I don't actually understand what it is that, trying to accomplish here.
It's a lawyer thing. They're trying to, basically make us responsible for things we're not supposed to be responsible for. I'm going to follow our attorney's
Great idea.
advice and not sign it.
Okay.
They can come back to us and say, we really need to sign it, and then they can actually explain why.
Yeah.
This was kind of vague, and I'm sure it's a way to get us in trouble and get us to be responsible for something we don't really have to be.
Okay.
Any other questions on that?
Nope.
Fantastic. Moving on to new business. I need to approve the minutes for the regular board meeting October 5th, 2015. Do I have a motion?
Yep.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I have resolutions. Resolution requested for the real property tax exemption of the Village of Owner Water Supply Property. Whereas the Village of Highland Falls is the owner of the real property in the town of Highlands, identified on the tax map as follows, and Section 1, Block 1, Lot 2. Whereas the above real property is devoted solely to public use as part of the village water system as a catchment and reservoir, and whereas the real property tax law, Section 4063, provides the authority for each taxing district in which municipality-owned property used in such manner is located to grant a whole exemption from real property taxes levied by the taxing district, and whereas such exemptions from the Village of Highland Falls Water Supply Site real property would provide a direct immediate benefit for the taxpayer and water users of the Village of Highland Falls, which would enhance real property ownership and exemplify a spirit of intermunicipal cooperation between the County of Orange and this village. Now, therefore, be it resolved that this Board of Trustees, on behalf of the Village of Highland Falls, its taxpayers, water system users, and citizens, hereby petition the County of Orange to grant a whole exemption from Orange County real property taxes commencing for the calendar year 2017, or the parcel of real property in the town of Highlands identified as follows, Section 1, Block 1, Lot 2. And it is further resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to each of the following to request their attention to this petition, processing of the same and affirmation action. The Honorable L. Stephen Brescia, Chairman of Orange County Legislature, the Honorable Melissa Bonacek, Majority Leader, and the Honorable Michael Amo, Minority Leader. Now, before everyone gets excited, this is not the school. This is the county. This happens every year. So basically, there has been some discussion at the school that, why, and this is the lead agency. The county has always been doing it, and hopefully the other agencies follow suit. We have never had to do a resolution with the town. They just automatically exempt it. So it's a perfect time to just confirm with the school that things are right.
Why is it 2017 versus 2016?
Because they're always a year ahead, because
Oh,
we
we're
already,
covered.
we already
Because of
did it,
taxes.
we already did it for
Yes.
16, so they do it now for the next one.
Okay.
Any questions? Only because we're on this, just real quick, We are not trying to go after the school, because that's what I was told. All we're trying to do is put the right accounts in the right places. We're all paying the same bills. We're all paying the same bills, you're all paying the same bills. It just needs to be put in the right location, and that's all we're looking for.
Need a motion.
Okay,
Need a motion?
do I have a motion?
You do.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Roll call, trustee Farina,
Aye.
trustee Mallon,
Aye.
trustee Alward,
Aye.
trustee Murphy,
Aye.
Mayor Flynn.
Aye. I have a resolution for the commencement of the visit of the model of the Vietnam Wall. Charlie?
Well, a lot of people are involved in the visitation of this wall, but Rotary, West Point Highland Falls Rotary actually is taking a sponsorship role. We're putting it up, taking it down, and also there will be someone there throughout, almost like a docent, during the time that it's on display. It is, I think it's a 250-foot long miniature version of the memorial that's down in Washington, and it's a very moving monument in our nation's capital. And this particular model of the wall has been called the Wall That Heals, and it's been touring the country for some time, and it will be at West Point from the 21st through the 25th. And we have a resolution. Should I read it?
Please.
Whereas there are a number of veterans in the village of Highland Falls who served honorably during the Vietnam War and lost friends and comrades in this conflict, and whereas all the residents of this village wish to remember all those who have sacrificed to preserve our freedom and ensure that our nation remains the land of the free and the home of the brave, and especially to honor those who gave their lives in this endeavor. And whereas the Vietnam Wall, which carries the names of the 58,307 men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country, will be represented in our town at West Point by a 250-foot model of the monument that stands in our nation's capital. It will be there from the 21st of October until the 25th of October, on display at Trophy Point on the parade grounds at West Point. Now therefore be it resolved that the Village of Highland Falls supports this observance and commends the values and proud heritage which it represents. And be it further resolved that the village board encourages and supports all possible attendance and observance of the wall display by village and town residents this week. I would like to move that resolution.
Second.
He moves, I second.
Oh, okay. Roll call.
Roll call, trustee Farina,
Aye.
trustee Mallon,
Aye.
trustee Alward,
Aye.
trustee Murphy,
Aye.
Mayor Flynn.
Aye. Go ahead.
A resolution for amended resolution for Village of Highland Falls Board of Trustees, establish lead agency distribution mains and water plant component project. Village of Highland Falls, Village Board hereby declares itself the lead agency as required by Secor, 6 NYCRR Part 617. Name of action, Village of Highland Falls, location, water plant in Ondior Park, Satterley Grove, project, water distribution line replacement, and water plant component replacement. New York State EFC DWSRF grant application. Action type 2, reference, extension of utility distribution facilities including gas, electric, telephone, cable, water, and sewer connections to render service in approved subdivisions or in connection with any action. Plans and application available at Village Hall upon request. The proposed action is the replacement of water mains and replacement of components of the water plant.
Do I have a motion?
Motion, sorry.
Motion.
Who second?
I'll second.
Roll call trustee Farina,
Aye.
trustee Mallon,
Aye.
trustee Howard,
Aye.
trustee Murphy,
Aye.
Mayor Flynn.
Aye. I don't wanna do all the talking, that's why we're doing that, and everyone really needs to get more into what's going on. And I've been told that people are not really listening to me anymore, so I'm trying to get it out there to the other board members. We have a request for the parking spaces for municipal lot 1 for the Highland Falls Fire Department Auxiliary Vendor Fair, December 12th. Charlie?
This is the annual event. It is December 12th from 9 to 4. Everyone's encouraged to attend, and there will be, hopefully, additional 30 spaces for parking in the parking lot behind Town Hall. I'd like to move this pending receipt of the insurance certificate.
So the actual, it's not actually yet for the actual event, because that's occurring in their fire department, they're actually after 30 spots, which they did last year.
Right.
Okay, any questions? Do I have a motion?
What was the date, Charlie? The 12th?
The 12th.
Okay.
Charlie had motioned it, need a second.
I need a second?
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We have an event for the International Festival Street Fair. That is Saturday, May 14th, 2016, 9:30 to 4. Pending insurance. This is basically similar to the street fair, the spring street fair that's been going on for years. Money for this street fair will be raised for the concert series that was begun the end of this year. And so this way they'll have a regular fundraising going on, so that she's already lining up concerts for next year. She's got 3 free ones, but they have 3 or 4 bands, 1 or 2 that already performed that they definitely will bring back. 1 did not get paid, she wants to pay them next year because they were that good. The other gets a nominal fee. And so she wants to, what she doesn't want to do is take the money from celebrations, which we put money into celebrations for that. But she would like to start, because she hooked up with another person from over by Poughkeepsie, who that's all this woman does, is raises money for these concert series, has the concert series, boom, done. So she doesn't want to tap into the village money for that. So this is one of the events she's gonna put on to do that.
The concerts were really terrific, and Danny and the Cruisers and a couple of the other bands were really good for dancing, and people were dancing on the lawn.
We have power up on somewhere between Cousins and Drew to facilitate this?
Yeah, same power has always been there before.
Municipal parking lot?
No, they'll use, it's gonna be basically with the fall foliages. So they'll be bringing in generators for those that need it, and on the store side, they would ask for, like if, like the DJ or whatever,
Something else.
would utilize that, and 1 or 2 other groups utilize electric on the store side, but, if I recall, they had 3 to 4 generators on the West Point Highway side normally for some of the food trucks like that. Now, also, anyone who is interested, the one thing that they say all the time, and it's been that way for many years, this isn't the first time they've had concert series, they've had concert series on and off for many years, but the attendance is usually not great, and her goal this year is to have fundraisers and everything lined up, have bands lined up, so that in January and February, the whole concert series can be announced, so people can put it on their calendar, get it out past, it's for our community, but also if we can get it out outside our community, bring people in to utilize our stores and whatnot during a Friday or Thursday, whenever the concert is. So this is a great event, and this is, not to be that guy, but I'm gonna, because when the new rec director takes over, rather than let him start where he's at, I wanna pile a lot more on his plate, and we are looking for him to oversee this concert series, not to do it, not to have to be involved, just to oversee it as part of the rec program, because that's what I see in a lot of other communities. The rec director doesn't do 100 things. He may be in charge of 10, but the other 90 things are happening, but we need to advertise them. We need to let people know about them. So this is one of the things I am gonna ask, when it comes to our, department head meetings, that, these are one of the things that I'm asking for.
Will be at on a regular basis?
That's our goal,
Yeah.
that's our goal. Just like John from the building department, and, you know, and we're gonna reach out even more,
That's good.
so that we can get as much done, because really, when the consolidation occurs, everyone's gotta really be more up to speed of what's happening in the village, so that it's not, the transition is not gonna be too difficult. It's just gonna be Tuesday.
Business as usual.
Exactly.
Okay. You need a motion?
I do.
I'll make the motion, we approve this.
Second.
All's in favor?
Contingent upon insurance.
Thank you.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. What did-
All right, yes, I'm asking the mayor to sign and authorize the operating permit for the senior center as use of a building containing one or more areas of public assembly with an occupant load of 100 persons. So once we sign this, we'll move on with it. And we do have the CO, certificate of occupancy. So all I need is your motion and then your signature.
Do I have a motion for me to authorize me to sign?
I move.
Second?
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay? Want to do the statute? All you do is a motion to approve the location, and Charlie can talk about it.
I don't have the paperwork.
There is no paperwork, just do this.
Oh, then, yeah, okay.
Just say that.
Approve location for the wine donated statue on the north end. Do I have a motion for the location?
Can I describe the location?
You can?
Yes, you can.
I do want to thank Gary Boyce and especially Greg Wyatt, internationally renowned artist who is giving the village a very beautiful statue.
One second.
We had a problem in the siting originally. The artist very graciously came to visit the village and met with me and Gary. We did the safety check on a location between the existing gardens up toward Thayer Gate. It will require taking one and a snippet of another, just some dead parking area. But it looks great. It will not be on a raised garden. It will have some pavers around it that this illustration doesn't show. But the artist and the foundation funding it, we're very pleased with the location, and we feel it will be appropriate and be a real enhancement to the village. So at this
I
time.
think it looks a lot better where it is,
Yeah.
definitely.
And I have to thank Charlie. She's already thanked the other people. I have to thank Charlie for her tenacity, and Elaine, because I was okay with putting it where they wanted it. It's not a big deal. Thought it was great. Gary was definitely gonna battle me on it, but he kinda was waiting because he just got back, and it was going in. And if it wasn't for you guys, that's why it's never, don't hold back. Never hold back. It's a community effort, and this is our community. So if there's something you want, whether one of us says it's already a done deal, and it's good, if you want it, it's your community, and I appreciate you guys for stepping up. Thank you. It is gonna look better. I actually, when you brought me this, I really like this better, but I couldn't talk him into it. It takes much better people than me to get it done.
You need a motion.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
The mayor will have to write a new letter
You?
to the foundation to get money.
I do the old stuff. Just kidding.
Well, you're not getting your way, are you?
Okay, I need a motion to adjust the dispatcher salary for the single dispatcher, correct?
Yes.
Okay, we had hired the dispatchers at $12 an hour. One was asked to be hired at $13.25. Because we don't have a plethora of applications, she's being hired at $13.25 for her experience and the fact that we're able to bring her in immediately and start immediately without very little training. Reason why we're doing that after we already decided to go with the 12 is because when we look at the overtime that is gonna be spent on not having that dispatcher, it way exceeds
Okay.
bringing the dispatcher in. So I'm asking for a motion to bring the dispatcher in at 1325, but then also to set from here on in a salary for dispatchers to start and not deviate from it.
We'll do that.
This is just, right now, we are just doing the adjustment for the dispatcher from 12 to 1325.
Let's just do the,
Dispatcher Keo.
Keo,
we have a contract for the dispatchers and all that. I mean,
right,
is this-
Not for part-time.
not for the part-time,
Part-time.
not for the starting salary. So we need to basically update that.
Okay, yeah, we need to get that somehow included in there so we get an idea of what the.
Exactly.
Is this going back to the start date?
Yes. It was my fault. We talked about it, we didn't bring it back to the board. We need to do the right procedure.
When was the start date?
About a month ago?
Last board, I believe, maybe
2
2
weeks ago.
meetings ago.
Okay.
She's had a couple of days.
And
All right.
I did examine the overtime, and it was very high, very high.
Do I have a motion?
You do?
Do I have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Do I have a motion to accept the bills and claims fiscal year 15-16 in the amount of $44,407.45? Do I have a motion?
I'll move.
Second?
Second.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public comment?
Just so the board knows and the public, we're gonna be closing the Roe Park facility sometime this week because of weather.
You're closing the bathrooms.
Right.
So the bathrooms will be closed sometime this week,
By the end of this week.
by the end of the week, due to weather. Do you know when the fountain's gonna be shut down? About the same
Memorial
time?
Park Fountain, I always try to leave that until after the Fall Foliage Festival.
Okay,
So next week sometime, we'll probably cut that off.
okay. All right, any other public comment? Yes.
Just a question, so when you do that, Carrie, then do you also take in those, the hoses that are,
We can watch the weather, they're easy to do. We can leave them
Okay.
for a while. You know, it's not a big time. Then it gets a little colder, they're predicting freezing weather, then we'll pull in.
No, he said he had.
Yeah, he said he had an 8 o'clock
Yeah,
meeting.
you said you're done.
Yeah.
Last time I checked.
I can drive fast.
I'm closing public comment if there is no more. You got like 2 minutes.
Excellent, excellent. No, I just did a little bit of research. Remember at the last meeting I asked about, super villages and towns.
Correct.
So, in New York, over the past few years, there's been 6 towns that have done studies about, becoming super villages and 8, villages that are looking to consolidate into the towns. So there is some information out there. Anybody that wants this on the board, I would be more than happy to share. Obviously, one of the closest ones is the town of Chester. We were working on their police departments, things like that. There's 20 other studies being done on government reorganization, just so you know. And there was 13 on transportation and 21 on fire departments.
Do you have, could I have the ones on the super village?
Sure.
Um,
Send you an email,
that's
electronic
fine.
one.
Yeah,
Save paper, save the trees.
I was aware of Scarsdale doing, it's coterminous boundaries. And I'd be curious to see what other communities are trying that.
Okay. Schuylerville, Potsdam, Cobleskill, definitely ones that are upstate.
Yeah, they are.
They're in much more need of it due to where they are and what's going on there.
Yeah.
So are we, and I think that, we lead the way. More in our area will follow.
3 minutes.
Thank you very much, Jim.
You want me to write you note about being late?
On the,
Please excuse Jim.
on the consolidation, note, we did get a call from the state today. They are informing us that within the week, hopefully, we will have all the information needed to move ahead with the RFQ for the application for consolidation. Board comment,
Jack Hanley was in town last week. He wanted us to commit to a contract for $3,000 to do a survey. He sent this guy into the village to check out all the LEDs without a survey, and I said, I need a cost per item, just a line item cost per fixture, based upon the information we provided them with, and they came and they did a survey. I haven't heard back from him yet, but he was in town last week, I don't know what day, Wednesday, Thursday, just checking out the lights, and he'll be in touch with me shortly on cost per fixture. The other company, Jim Smith, is non-responsive.
which was the one that was here, Jack Hanley?
Jack Hanley, yeah, there's one other gentleman that Brian gave me a number of, I'll try him again. It's hard to get somebody to commit, and I don't know why it is. I think a big part of it is the amount of fixtures, even though 342 fixtures sounds like a lot of people just, it's really not, you know, they're looking
Right.
for the 1,000,
Right.
2,000, 4,000 fixture job, so I continue working with Jack from ESCO, and I'll try to bring a couple other guys in so we can compete on the price and see where it goes from there.
Excellent. I actually forgot to ask for the approval of these events during our new business, so I'm gonna ask that now. Pending insurance, the Halloween parade and the trunk or treat. Parade basically goes from Memorial Park up to Lot 2, and then trunk or treat is from 3 to 5 in Lot 2. We've been doing it for many years. If there's any questions on that, I apologize, I will provide the paperwork for you. Pending insurance, do I have a motion to accept the event?
You do.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I don't need a motion on this, but I am asking for the board's approval to go to the school and just give them a nod to also get information and put together stuff from their end on the possible takeover of the line from outside the school property.
Which one are we talking about?
The water line, that's it, just the water line, that's it. I wanna bring Kevin in and talk about the pros and cons, and I want us to start talking about it, because it's not something I either wanna, this is something I don't wanna put on the table.
Yeah,
I either wanna deal with it or not deal with it. Nick Copald is trying to look for information that they actually own the line. Assume it was done back in 77-ish.
well, that was extended from where, Nicole's?
No, it actually, there's a meter pit across from
That's
the,
right.
from the Academy Hotel, in between, that little street there, right in front of the, and that's a meter pit there that goes all the way down the ramp,
Cuts up with the sewer main.
cuts up where the sewer main is and goes up.
Okay.
He can't find any paperwork saying the school owns it, but that's been the case forever. It's on our maps. But I personally, and this is again where, to me, I understand there's been some concern of us taking on liability.
Yep.
But again, I feel that this is a line column thing, where it's not, this is another municipality. We're all the same taxpayers. The water line outside of the property, I believe, should be controlled by us. One, so that other users can get on without having to go to the school per se. And that also, if there is a break, that our people can take care of it immediately without having any other issues.
On that point about our people being able to take care of it, doesn't this line go under Route 9?
Yes, it
Does-
Line W, yes it does.
Which is a huge liability.
I'm not asking for something tonight. What I am asking for is to move forward to get information and to put together a presentation.
Well, I like the idea of the guy tying into the main. Unfortunately, the liability aspect on our end is great. If somebody else owns it, and we can pick up a new customer, I think that that's the way to proceed with this. But, I mean, I'll listen to
Right.
anything, and I don't know, generally, with that, I don't know what kind of deal that the school had when they did that. When was it, 1970, 69, 70?
Probably.
They must have negotiated a deal with the village to get the water
Right.
from here to there. And it's gotta be somewhere, it's gotta be in the archives somewhere, so, I'd like to know who actually owns it, and who paid for who. And actually a diagram of what property it transverses, so we can make a rational decision on getting on people's property to work, and
Right.
if in fact we do have issues, you know?
And this again goes along with the concept that I'm pushing with consolidation, which after we finish with the town, we need to move to the school. And that is that it's all of our tax money. We are the town and we are the school. So when people say it's not, if we don't own it, we don't have to deal with it, we do own it. We just own it under the school. We own it under the town, or we own it under the village. Everyone in the town needs to take ownership of all three boards. That's why when we consolidate onto two, now we only have two to look at instead of three. But we, as taxpayers, should not be just saying village, or town, or school. We are taxpayers for all three entities, and we need to be more vocal on all three fronts, and two, once we consolidate. So that's why I believe that it doesn't matter, because I'll tell you what, when this happens, when this consolidation happens, I'm not gonna be on a board. But I will be a citizen that will be going to board meetings and asking, why is this being done and why is that being done? So technically, it doesn't matter which municipality owns it, it's still on us. Thought. That's it. Brian?
No.
Did you have anything else?
No.
Charlie?
Well, at the last meeting, Jimmy Ramus reminded us that he had sent 3 different proposals over the years, actually, that the village board has yet to offer an opinion on. One was the waterfront district overlay, the other was a tree ordinance, and I think the third was a simple one related to curb cuts. For our next workshop meeting, I think we should plan on at least discussing one of those in order to provide some direction to the planning board.
I think that the second and third one can be easily done. Jim, who's not still here,
Oh, he's still
and
here.
it's 2 to 8.
Put the tree one on the back burner, because I need to speak with the attorney about the trees.
Okay.
But the other two,
You feel the overlay isn't gonna be a massive, do you have information on both?
I believe I sent you guys PDFs
Yes.
that night, yeah.
Besides that, nothing else?
Just need you to take a look at it and review it. I mean, I thought we crossed all our Ts and dotted our Is, definitely on the overlay. I mean, we spent 40, 50 hours on that at minimum,
Okay.
so.
I would ask that between now and then you look at those two, so that we can actually make movement on it. That's it.
At least
We are,
discuss.
no, that's been going on for the last however many years.
However you wanna do it.
We're going to vote at the meeting. If you have any questions on those two, talk to Jimmy beforehand,
Will we work on this in?
We're gonna work on it in
Workshop?
the workshop.
Okay, good.
okay? And then we will come up with a final at the end of the workshop, that's it.
Right.
All right, that's the whole point, is getting these things off our plate and getting movement on actions. Anything else? At this time, I would ask to go into executive sessions of specific individuals and personnel matters. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Our next meeting is Monday, November 2nd. Happy Halloween to everyone, thank you for coming out, enjoy the day.